Welcome to episode 25. 25 weeks, 25 videos, 147,000 views, 603 subscribers, 3,700 hours of watch time. Thank you very much. Please like, comment and subscribe because it helps the channel grow. And without further ado, let's get in the field and have a look and see what's been going on in the world of A&D. Let's go. So this week we're back on the extension from episode 24, so we'll have a little look round there. And also this week I'm going to cover how to price an extension and some of the services we use to give you a very accurate price at a very reasonable cost and a very professional service. I will dive into that a little bit later on, but that's it. Let's have a look and see how we've been getting on. Right, it's time for a Moreton Premier update. The roof trusses are up. Apologies for not squeezing in the update last week, but as you know, I was away. So let's go and have a look. So it might be a bit clearer now, looking at it from this edge. Obviously you can see the integral garage here with the room above. And this is where we dropped the scaffold a couple of episodes ago to release this first lift here. So as you can see, that gable here cuts across now and forms the roof of the main part of the house. So we'll go up and have a look, but as you can see, a bit of faffing around now, but we'll drop this scaffold down, they'll spread them roof trusses, and then we can fill in that last little bit. Let's get up there and have a look, shall we? Right, here we go. So you've got a spandrel panel on this Moreton Premier. So we're only using spandrel panels on the Mortons. And then this is the abutment here, which Paul's doing a lovely job with the leads. So that's why we have to leave this bit of scaffold out. And then, so this is the roof that comes across from the integral garage. And then obviously the roof trusses will get spread eventually, but we need to form this wall going through. And then we put the lead trays at this end and then back down the other end. And then we got the guide there knowing that it's all correct and they're all in position. So it's lovely. Lovely bit of stonework by the boys. So spandrel panel, no block work, and that's the gable end of the main roof, which is just above the integral garage. So eventually, when this is tiled in now, the scaffold will come down, these roof trusses will be spread across to form this roof, and then we just fill in that little bit of stonework across there and put the window, the cant brick sills on this window over here. So you've got a couple of gables on the front here, again spandrel panels, so Mark's just doing one, again spandrel panel here, little gable to the front, a couple of nice valleys and that in the middle. It's Mark doing stonework on this one, and then that's the other gable end, which is just a standard gable end, spandrel panel again, but no abutment. And then we've even whizzed in the gable on this little abutment as well. And there's a chippy, and the chippy's getting that one ready. The crane's been here just lifting them in position. So that's it, looking good. I'll show you when it's all the stonework's complete before it's tiled in. So one of the services we use when we are pricing up an extension or a couple of units that we're going to develop ourselves is an online estimating service. It's called estimators-online.com. You simply upload your drawings and they will give you a complete breakdown from the foundations to the roof covering and all the bits in between. So we'll jump into the computer, I'll show you around, I'll show you a couple of examples of what we've done and what we've used it for. Fantastic service, a couple of £100 a time, and well worth it, very professional, very quick turnaround, and let's have a look. You will have to create an account first time round, and then you simply sign in. And you'll be able to see that you can submit drawings. You've got price lists, so you can do anything from domestic extension, loft conversion, garage conversion, basement conversions, conservatories. It's pretty much anything that you would build would be covered as long as you've got a decent drawing for it. So as you can see, if you submit your drawings via email, it's slightly more expensive. If you use the portal, you can upload it directly from your computer, and they turn it around slightly quicker. So you can see they do new dwellings, single dwellings, pairs, even apartments, which is pretty impressive really. And down the bottom it does detail exactly what you need to provide in order to get an accurate drawing. So you simply go submit drawings, and then you can just fill in the bits and pieces, proceed to payment, and upload your set of drawings. So this is the estimate section here. So you can see there's been a few developments recently that we've priced. This is an extension, so you can set your overhead and your profit margins, your builder's contingency, to allow for any potential problems or price increases. You can specify your project time, and then it will map out an entire program of works for you, so you can provide this to your client, and then you can also schedule your stage payments along with your program. So you could say, I don't know, when you hit oversight, for example, you claim an element of money, joist, plate, first fix, etc. It's pretty comprehensive. It breaks it down. You can see all the key items, and you can go in there and adjust things. You know, if you're paying, you know, maybe £1 a brick instead of 50p, then maybe you can adjust it if they haven't specified a brick on the drawings that you've submitted. So very good service. And so if you go in here, you've also got your prelim section where you may want a site office, you may not, so you could take that out. Working foreman, you may do the work yourself, which you can reduce that, which makes your quote a little bit more competitive, and you can just fine tune all your bits and pieces. So you can put provisional sums in for, say, maybe a kitchen. You may allow £5 for a kitchen. If the customer wants £10 kitchen, then they can obviously pay you the uplift. So I'll show you a few other bits and pieces. You've got a labour and materials estimate, and you also have a copy that you can provide for the client, which hides all your profit margins and just basically details everything that you've allowed for in your quote. So then there's no grey area. They know how many spotlights they're going to get, how many sockets they're going to get, how many windows, whether you've allowed to remove a door and block it up. It's all detailed in here, so you can give this to the customer, and there's no grey area, and you know it's detailed in the quote, and you're going to have no trouble when it comes to extras and what you've allowed for and what you haven't allowed for. Even goes into the painting and decorating. So the project planner, you can adjust all these items in here if you think it'd be slightly quicker, slightly longer, and you can print this off and provide it to your client. Equipment hire, anything you may need to hire that you don't own, anything that you do own, you can adjust. Maybe a crane is 450, not 425. You can really get in and fine tune all the different elements that you're going to need to. So this is the drawings we uploaded, for example, for this particular extension, so fairly straightforward.
There was no drainage drawings, so no drainage calculations or costs would be taken off. You can break it down into what materials you're going to need and when you're going to need it, and this is a pretty straightforward itemised list of what you've allowed for, basically. There's your contract value, labour, materials, contingency, prelims, which is your, your welfare facilities, etc. As you can see, client copy does not show your profit margin. So you can even do an entire house, which we do sometimes. Exactly the same principle, put all your bits and pieces in and it will take off everything you need to know. That's what we use, that's what we provide with the customers, and we charge them for it, and they get to keep the copy of the quotation if we do not go ahead and do the project.
So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an insight into how we price up developments and extensions. Extension's quite a tricky one, can be at times, so it's always good, and I always like to think that if you sit down and discuss it with a client and build a little bit of a rapport, then you can persuade them to pay for the quotation, a full detailed breakdown, and maybe give them an example and saying this is going to give you comfort and security going forward, so you know how many spotlights you're going to get, how many light sockets you've allowed for, how many coats of paint you're going to do, etc, etc. There's no grey area, and worst case scenario, if they paid for the quote, then they can keep the quote and no harm's done. So check it out. The better the drawing, the better the quotation will be, and the more precise it will be. So full working drawings are a must. I do appreciate that can be a bit difficult if you're just pricing up a potential development to make a bid on the land, but you should have some element of drawings, and you can get a rough guide. But if there's no drainage, there'll be no drainage allowance, and they won't take care of landscaping and things like that. It will just be plot works or extension works. It won't be patios and things like that. But you can put that in and make an allowance for that yourself. So hopefully that is useful, and check it out and give them a go. Very good service. Saturday morning, back in Bicester on the extension from episode 24. As you can see, the garage has been meshed and some levels set out for them to concrete. The main extension on the house has been oversighted or block and beamed. We're just doing the backfilling because they're a bunch of retards and they haven't done it. So we got a nice old crew today. We've got my boy Charlie over there. We've got Liam, Carl, Ted, Ben, Joe. So the idea is try and get this first lift done today. So firm lights on the inside, concrete's on the outside, a little bit of messing around, got to set the briquettes around across on a block and beam. But without further ado, let's get into the Saturday shift on episode 25 and see if we can get this extension first lifted today so we can have tomorrow off. What do you want to say?
You're about to stand on the front on your own.
Yeah.
And leave and everyone just get this now.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
And it's only you only got 2, 3, 4 blocks.
You can see Carl is the mastermind of the job. Should get some more subscribers this week. So he's got his shirt off.
Just white, hairy as fuck. Shouldn't swear. Sorry, swear.
So it's 1:10, and so the back is done. We're on the main bit now. The front is nearly done. I'm going to finish off the front, and the rest of the boys are going to jump on this bit here now, so I'll show you this. So this is the main extension. Excuse the light, that's the main extension. This little front single single story. And then this is not a chimney over here. It's a chimney for a boiler flue. Here's Giuseppe talking Italian. Turn that down a minute. Giuseppe, look, he's talking Italian. See, makes out he's Italian, but anyway, I'm going to do this front bit. Liam's going to jump in here. So Liam's got the wife beater vest on, custom made A&D one. So all we need now is a can of Stella.
I'll get some Thatchers on the way home.
Some Thatchers on the way home. But anyway, nearly there. It's warmed up, but last push. Try and get nice shorts, yeah. Not last push, and we're trying and get it done. If we can get this up ready for scaffolding, then we don't have to come tomorrow. So that's the aim of the game. Let's go. Right, that's a wrap, lads. Episode 25. Everyone should sit down on the bench.
Can't see him now. Oh yeah, there he is.
Hey, that's a wrap. Give him the grand tour.
There's time.
Jazz first lifts up.
First lift done.
Joe's in the bus.
I've done most of it. Joe's going already. Joe wants to go. He says he's got stuff to do. He's been saying that since 8 o'clock this morning.
Ben in as well. Ben's here. Ben's
Yeah, first lift. Charlie was struggling, but he always does.
Charlie,
We'll have to have
today.
a wage review with Mr. Ben Feeney, the number one bricklayer.
Fuck off, he's number 2 on one.
No, Ben's number 1, mate. This is it, mate. It's up. No messing around today. Done. All set. Ready over to the scaffolders. And there you have it. This gang don't mess around. All done. All clean. That's how we roll. People are literally dropping like flies.
Send that one back home.
I forgot Ted was here because I thought he went home about 8 o'clock this morning, but he was obviously still here. So
He's been flagging as well today. Charlie smiles like a Trump's underpants.
Right, episode, trying to get everyone in this week. Episode 25, that's a wrap. We smashed the first lift. We get Sunday off. Well done. Giuseppe's in the truck because he's sulking, but great shift from everyone. Liam's got the wife beater vest on. They will be available. We'll check the description. I'll put a link. You'll be able to buy them. Yeah. But that's a wrap.